Welcome back to Black and White Banter, you lovely Newcastle fans. It's not quite the Champions League, but we are back to basics, back to the old bread and butter, the Premier League. It's another away day, I'm at another services. We are on the way down to West Ham. West Ham! You hate. Come on, then. To West Ham. West Ham! Olympic Stadium, the London Stadium. And I'm just joined by someone that I think everyone recognises. It's the cold dog who, by the way, has just been eating a Greg's pasty in the boot of his car.
Honestly, I haven't. Honestly, Alison, I haven't.
He's supposed to be being good, and he's just literally been eating a Greg's pasty as if he was smuggling something into the country. Cold dog, how are you?
I'm very well indeed. Thank you very much.
Oh, sorry. Actually, before I get into this, drop down, give us a little likey loo. I've got the hands. What do they do with the thumbs for a little likey loo?
Oh, I think subscribe.
Subscribe. Yeah, do that at the end if you like this match vlog. So we are on the journey now down to West Ham. We're still riding. Sorry, how could I forget to mention? The Cold Dogs t-shirt is out. Yeah, that's what we do now. We are going.
Thanks to David Foster.
Thanks to Mr. David Foster if you're watching this video. Beautiful t-shirt, beautiful design. Yeah, we are still.
Beautiful man.
Beautiful man. Go on then. I'll give you beautiful man as well. You get beautiful man as well if you're watching this. Yeah, we are still riding the wave of PSG a little bit, as I think every Newcastle fan is. No. But we are back to what we know. Difficult place to go, West Ham. I'm not going to deny that. What's your thoughts today? We'll talk about it more in the car. What's you briefly thinking?
I think we are going down on a high. And we're also, this is the last game for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, international break.
Which has come at the right time, I think. I've got two thoughts on this, if I'm honest, Matthew. I say this as a 1-1, but my head tells me 1-1, but my heart tells me 3-1 we're going to win.
That's why you put your money in it, 3-1.
It is. Well, I'm a betting man, so definitely. It's going to be a tough game. We're sitting same place in the league. They bought well when they sold Declan Rice.
Replaced him with some really good players.
Yeah, they have. I think they've done. I think they've played well. They've got a decent manager. They've got to be good to play against. If I'm honest, I'm not that bothered about the stadium because we're going to be miles away from the actual
worst away day in the league.
No, that's not true. It's the distance from there. I mean, an old man like me's got to wear glasses today to see the game.
A man like me, who's about 100 years younger than you, is not going to be able to see the game very well. But yeah, he's going to sip his coffee, get rid of the rest of the pasty crumbs off his chin. We're going to get in the car and continue this journey down there. Let's get amongst it. Eddie Howe's Mags are back in Premier League action, and let's finish off what has been a fantastic 2-week period. Are we in a Still getting good memories from these. Yeah. Right, we are on the road, Cold Dog. There's the face. We just about, how far away are we here?
We've got 2 hours driving left.
2 hours driving left.
2 hours of hell with you.
He's just recovered. All I can smell is steak bake. All I can smell it.
Honestly, there's something matter with you.
So West Ham today, we are still coming down from PSG. I mean, I say come down sounds negative. How many times have you watched the highlights? First question.
In excess of 100.
That's literally. I said on the match preview that I've just posted on the morning of this game, feeling down. Just lost a job, been sacked. Watch the PSG highlights. In the back of a funeral, I'm not really feeling it. Stick the PSG highlights on, it would bring up the mood. It is that kind of footage that will just live for us and always put a smile on our face and give us goosebumps. It was one of them nights that live long in the memory, and that's
forever in the memory.
Forever in the memory, and that's why coming down, getting back into the habits of a Premier League match almost feels unusual. This is new territory for me. A Champions League win against one of the best sides in Europe, as we told, to then suddenly just getting back to West Ham away in the car. It's
yeah, but you tell me I'll remember this from all them years ago, and it is hard because we have just played in the elite competition in the world, and we battered PSG. There's no other way to put it.
Battered, like me smashing the baguette that I put on my last video. We literally, those frogs' legs were ripped off.
100%. Frogs' legs.
Yeah, so we've just stopped at like a car park to go for a piss, but we've ended up in some sort of like quirky car boot sale. Like, you know, as you do on a match day, let's come down to London and see what bargains we can find from people's old shite. So yeah,
charity shop day.
Wasn't what I expected, but yeah, I'll maybe have a look, see whether I can get some cheap new underpants. Now, one thing I could not make this match vlog about today without talking about, anyone who's on social media who's watching, I think you're on, Clan. I know you're a little bit older, so you maybe not as familiarised with some of the talking points on X, now it's known as. But what has been shared this week from UEFA's official Champions League page is a video of Newcastle fans on Wednesday and that amazing night celebrating slide tackles, and then Dan Burns celebrating in turn, and Bruno and Gordon, I think, as well. And it's caused a lot of shares from fans around the world, and mainly around the UK, probably jealous, saying that it's a tin pot club mentality to celebrate slide tackles as opposed to like bigger clubs celebrating trophies. Now, I could not disagree with that more, and I'm going to say my thoughts on this first before I get the call dogs. What I think that shows is people who say them things do not understand football or go into football matches. You do not go to football matches to just watch your team win and lift trophies. What that shows is passion. What that shows is an experience when you go to the game that runs much further than just celebrating a goal and expecting wins. For us to have the unity that we did with the players on Wednesday when they put their foot in and they celebrate with us. Do you know how much the crowd helped us get over the line on Wednesday? From the first whistle, the players were like, right, we are up for this. We are going to do everything we can to get the result, and that transcends down. And I said that yes, PSG are used to big atmospheres, but can PSG handle what the players will give, an extra 10% from the crowd? And anyone who thinks that's tin pot can go and support their, you know, your Man Uniteds. I go to Old Trafford and I'll be going there for the cup. Awful atmosphere. Liverpool, awful atmosphere. There's not many teams in the country, in my opinion, especially in the Premier League, where slide tackles are celebrated like that. We just demand a team that tries, not a team that wins, and that's a very true statement for proper supporters of this club. That's my rant over. Colin, give me your thoughts.
Yeah, can you step down off your high horse now?
It gets me on a high horse.
Listen, as a Newcastle fan, I want to see a player go on that pitch and wear his heart on his sleeve. I want to see passion, and that passion is shown by them. A tackle's a tackle, but when they're going in and they're breaking down an attack and they're telling the fans, come on, of course they're going to do that, and we want them to, because we want them to show the passion. Because as a fan on the terraces in the Gallagher, we show the passion, so why shouldn't they replicate that? So us celebrating tackles, that if he hadn't tackled, for instance, the Dan Burn one, right?
On Dembele.
If he hadn't tackled that, right, and he'd skipped over and gone up there and scored, we would have said he should have just gone in and took a yellow card. Yeah. We would have been screaming that sort of instead. But from my point of view, you look at that and what we played and how we played. We didn't play it roughly. We played with passion, and it shone through for me. And just the way, I mean, Anthony Gordon, when he got that tackle and the way he done it, I don't care if he gets a yellow card for it, because it then puts the players on the opposition thinking, you know what?
We in for a game.
Yeah, exactly. There's no messing about here. They're going to get stuck in, and they did. And that's what it's about. Heart on your sleeve.
I don't care what anyone says. St James's Park, we have only lost to Arsenal, Man City and Liverpool, as I keep repeating, since Eddie Howe's been in charge. Not only is that an incredible record, the reason that is because these players, they feed off what they get in the stands from us, and what we are seeing is a team that tries and wants to win every football match, and that's why it's one of the hardest places to go in English football.
And let me finish off on this. For those who follow Newcastle United, the one thing that stands out for me, and I suspect many fans, is when you see that team photo in the dressing room, and you see the passion by not just the players, not just the people who are subs, by the management, by the kit staff, by the passion that's shown there. There's a togetherness that is there because of the way they play the football. because the way they work as something that we haven't seen in such a long time. They work as a unit, and it's working well, and passion is shown through that unit working as well as it does.
And on the topic of one of them celebrating photos in the changing rooms, let's hope there's one today and we shut these cockneys up, these Green Street cockneys. Just pulled up the lovely car park. I'm going to have my first tinny, because why the hell not? And Effers, by the way, absolutely beautiful choice. Turkey's finest. You even get a lovely little, it just makes it nice, a little foil thing to pull off the top of the can. And of course, I'm responsible for sandwiches. Ham and peas pudding every day of the week. Is that not the best sandwich you've ever had?
Absolutely not the best sandwich I've ever had.
Shite.
It's not, man.
Literally, it is like a party in your mouth. It is like PSG at home in your mouth every single time you take a bite.
It's not, man. It's barely a first goal at Sheffield United.
Literally, most ungrateful man on the planet.
Yeah,
I put my blood...
Come here. Bring that camera in, right? Look at that. That's ham and peas pudding. That's what's left of it. There's no feckin' peas pudding left in there. It doesn't go at the edges. Look, it's dry. How can that be the best sandwich ever? Don't look at me like that.
I think I might start looking at taxis to get over there. Anyway, what a way to kill the mood. Slating a man's sandwiches and his hard work in the kitchen. Right, sandwiches are out. Cans open for me, not for Cold Dog, unfortunately. We are almost there. Away the lads!
Hey, Gordon! Running down the range. Gordon! Make the Geordies sing. Gordon! And we're going to West Ham. We're going to West Ham, baby!
Colin's doing a taste test for Pepsi Max right now. He's got to figure out which one's the Pepsi. Oh, he's right. He's done it. Hey, jackpot. Does he win a prize?
Yeah, you get
£1,000.
Just get an email address and I can give you a can to take away.
Get in. Happy days. I'm in a West Ham pub. I wasn't supposed to be allowed in, but because I haven't got my colours on, they've let us in. Uh-oh.
West Ham all the match day. I've been seeing the blue.
Hey, what we got
I've
there?
been seeing the blue. Yeah, the number the blue.
Jobs are good in.
Only because I'm from there.
Right, teams have just dropped. No Callum Wilson, which I'm absolutely devastated about. Cold Dog. I know. No, he's on the bench. He's on the bench, which is good. He's back. He's back to a degree, but he's not in the start line. Obviously, if there's one player that absolutely loves playing against these, it's Callum Wilson, as we talked about earlier. Tonali in midfield. It looks like Anderson. BBC reported that Tonali's playing the front three. It won't be. It'll be Anderson in the front three. I hope Tonali has a good game. I do. We're going to have all of the ball, I think, which will suit us in this one.
This could be a game changer here today from no Tonali.
Yeah, I tell you what, you've got the sunglasses on. It is absolutely fucking October, and it's what, 25?
No, I'm not.
It is well hot.
Might be too hot.
Might be.
25
It is
degrees.
25 degrees, and
25
we're,
degrees.
we're in lovely long jeans, because when we left the northeast it was like a lovely 11.
Yeah, it was basically pissing down. My opinions on West Ham as an away day have changed, because we've pulled into a random little spot and got the tube over to Stratford. There's loads of bars around Stratford as you walk into the stadium, so my opinions have changed. There is a lot of places to drink.
It helps with the sunshine though.
Of course it does. Of course, the sun is shining. Newcastle United are absolutely fucking class at the moment. Hey, let's get into these. Let's get into these. Come on, 3-1. 3-1. There we go. Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? You may as well let me take my eyebrows and my eyelashes with it as well. Jeez. Right, half time, 1-0, quite disappointing. I'm joined by Emma, quite a familiar face, actually, slowly becoming a familiar face on this channel. We huffed and we puffed in our first half, we didn't really give much. Emma, what did you think about that?
It was shit.
Yeah, basically, yeah, to sum up, yeah. couldn't have said it better myself. It was, as I expected, all the ball. They allowed us to have all the ball. They were happy with that, but they didn't hit us on the counter with their goal. Nick Pope, if you're going to make a decision, just come and grab it. Just put your hand out. I know you're risking giving away a penalty, but it was poor. What do we need to do in the second half to correct that?
Score a goal.
Again, yeah.
About 5.
Yeah,
Five will be good.
5 would be nice. 5 would be very nice. But no, generally speaking, Elliot Anderson was in the middle. Isaac, I don't think he did anything wrong. I don't think we as a team did anything wrong in that first half. It was just a case of not being able to create any chances. It was just huffing and puffing, having a bit of the ball. Trippier had plenty of it on the right hand side and not creating very much, and then the goal was really, really poor. But West Ham will probably be happy they've had a chance and scored because they didn't create much else.
Nah.
Changes in the second half. Wilson
Wilson on, and possibly Murphy on, Falmer on as well.
Yeah, I thought Murphy might have started this game. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm with that. Generally speaking, I hope for a bit better. I think we will get chances in the second half. Onwards and upwards we go. It wasn't the worst half, but it was pretty bland, is probably the fairest way to say that, right? I'm not going to keep you any longer. On you go, right? Fuck's sake.
It's not offside.
Right, we're just in the car back now. Colin's on the dried apple.
It's a bit like the sense of humour. Dry, not. There's no sense of humour.
I think if a snack summed up how that game sort of finished, then it's probably the dried apple. I am joined by Jamie in the back. He's just going to be the floating head behind us there. No, he's hiding. There he is. There he is.
I'm here.
There he is. He's a regular face on these videos, to be fair. Jamie, move your head in the middle. Actually, might be a bit easier on this rather than just bobbing back and forth there. Move to the right. 2-2. You look. I said going into this game that I wasn't going to be overly bothered if we didn't get a result, just because of how good the last 2 weeks has been. But obviously, I still wanted to win the game. On reflection, there, yeah, I'm not coming away devastated. I don't think any of us are. I think that's fair to say. I don't think anyone in this car is. Anyone.
We said that on the way down, though, didn't we? A point.
Yeah.
I know I wanted 3-1.
Disappointing the way we did it, though, wasn't it? Because we should have been out of sight.
Yeah, but in the first half, though, they were the better team than us, I thought, personally. But they weren't even clinical in any way.
You see a better team in the first half, but we had all of the ball. So
okay, what made them a better team for me was us playing Isaac on the wing, and our game changed in the second half when Isaac was up front.
Yeah, we'll touch on them points in a second. Generally, though, the game as a whole, there's a guy on the tube, a West Ham fan, who was, just chatting to us. It wasn't as dangerous as I thought it would be in London, and he was just having a bit crap with us on a very hot and sweaty and awful tube. And he said on reflection, he thought it was a fair result. That's a difficult one for me, because not only did we have most of the ball all of that game, I don't know what you think, but we also had the much better chances.
Second half, 100% we did.
Dan Burns' header, I haven't watched it back, looked a fantastic save from Areola, not from Fabianski, from Areola. I didn't look at their lineup, I got that wrong, which Jamie very quickly told me. I was talking about someone who wasn't playing. Isaac. Just finish it. Just lob the keeper. Just put it in the back of the net. If that's Callum Wilson, maybe that's the difference between the two. I'm not saying that Isaac is not a good goal scorer.
Score a brace.
Yeah, exactly. I don't mean that point. I mean in them positions, like Alan Shearer, for example, does not take it on the goalkeeper in a million years. Callum Wilson does not take it on the goal. He wants to hit it.
Alan Shearer's not playing anymore, right?
God, that sums up your dried apple snack, to be totally honest, because that banter was pretty dry as well. So,
to be fair though,
a dry snack for a dry person.
at least I'm not laughing at my own banter. You do.
Well, I mean, somebody has to.
That's very true. Yeah.
First half, we huffed and we puffed. As I said at half time, we huffed and we puffed. We didn't do very much. Bruno, which I totally forgot about at half time, again as Jamie sort of reminded me of at the end of the game, and the bloke on the tube, the West Ham fan, reminded me. He was probably looking to stay on the pitch. He was on a yellow card. He stopped there, counter-attacked the referee, and he hard. We all were a little bit worried, and he chose not to give it. Whether he's bottled it, I'm assuming that's what the Cockneys are saying. So we maybe got off on one there, but we got in at half time. Their goal that they scored,
First goal was atrocious, wasn't it?
Nick Pope, he's come out.
But you know what do you say? Nick Pope, did he have to come out? Possibly, he did have to come out.
It was indecision to me. It was indecision.
It was, but then again, that part of the defending from midfield back to Nick Pope wasn't very good on the way up to that goal. So we can't lay the full blame on Nick Pope.
No, and he's been so good for us. So that goes in. I don't want to say out the blue because we were doing nothing with the ball, but West Ham started the game exactly as I expected. Very little of the ball. Newcastle, you can have it. We'll try and hit you where we can and see what you can do at the other end. And were we good with the ball in the final third? Certainly in the first half, no, not at all. Isak on the left-hand side midway through the half and Anderson down the middle. I would love to find out, and I'm not criticising Eddie Howe by any means, but I would love to know what the logic was there. Was it to see whether Isak could do a bit more damage out there? Jamie, what's your you're hiding in the back, you're being quiet on this one. What's your thoughts on that?
I thought Isak did well on the left.
Well, you have to pull in, the microphone's not that good.
He did well on the left, but we missed that focal point in the middle.
Yeah,
we had nothing in the box. Don't get me wrong, Anderson's good, but he's not.
He's not a striker.
Yeah, we were joking, kind of saying like Anderson must have been a little bit like, yeah, I'll move there if you want me to, but I'm not used to this at all. Like being a central point for the ball was just.
But do you not think he's trying to make Anderson a more versatile player? And
not with a striker in mind, I don't think.
Well, I mean, sometimes you're going to have to try and play a different place, and maybe that's what we're trying. What was really missing was you're right. He did play okay on the wing, but for me, we were also missing another Isaac up front.
I think Wilson Isak would have worked nicely today. I do genuinely believe that. I think it would have. I think Isak would have caused them problems when we had the ball on that left position. And I think Wilson would have been there, as we know he is, just to even hold the ball up, clinical when he gets the chances. But second half came, we got in at half time, 1-0 down, wasn't the end of the world. I think we all felt like chances were going to come. And then
2-0 up, right? For me, about 5 minutes after 2-0 up, we should have changed, and we should have then shoved on Wilson and give him a bit more time, because what did Wilson get, about 9 minutes or something?
Yeah, so obviously, Isak banged 2 in. We in dreamland, happy days. And then I genuinely didn't see us losing it from that point. Obviously, you're on tender hooks a little bit. And I thought, again, we were in control. Trippier had so much more joy in the second half than the first half. We were better with the ball. We had more purpose in attack. Isak, clinical for the first finish, clinical for the second. Obviously, we've already talked about the one that he missed that he probably should have done better with. Dan Burn, that looked a brilliant save. And things are looking good. The West Ham fans are quiet next to us.
Even Peaky Blinder.
Even the Peaky Blinder, which I'll probably share. The footage of him will probably be on this match vlog. And then that goal that they scored with very little time. I mean, it came out of nowhere. I think it came out. It was a bit of a sucker punch.
Twitter that Nick Pope should have done better, but I haven't seen it.
I don't think what was a well struck shot.
Yeah,
what was that? Their only second opportunity on goal or third?
They didn't create much.
No, they didn't. Nick Pope had very little to do, but yeah, that was a good goal. And then after that, we were. I don't think we were ever going to score from there. I know there was 6 minutes added on. They had a couple of chances, one flash past the post. I think that was before they scored. I'm leaving London pretty happy, going into this international break. Plenty to be positive about. Eddie Howe's mags are pretty good. We should have probably won today if you look at how we were 2-1 up with a couple of minutes to go. We didn't. Shit happens in the Premier League. It was a decent strike from them, kind of out the blue. Onwards and upwards we go. And just on that note, before I go into Everyone making sure they like and subscribe. Like I always finish the videos. My question on my preview about what Callum Wilson did when we won 5-1 when he scored the first goal, it was to coin a phrase who was first to answer correctly. He did the Macarena after it was discussed between him and Mr. Antonio. Right, go on. And you, Jamie, in the back. Go on. I can't do it. Give us the Macarena. Oh, the Macarena. Yeah, he did one of them. He did one of them when he scored the first goal. Colin's doing it drive, which is a little bit concerning, but hey-ho. So, two kind of phrase, well done, you did get it right. There's no prizes coming your way, but you know what? You get the satisfaction of knowing is that you got it right over anyone else, and that is better than actually winning something. Trust me, that's what I'm going to try and convince myself of. Anyway, Newcastle fans, if you've liked this match vlog, what should they do? Subscribe. What else should they do?
Like.
What else should they do? Share. What else should they do? There's one more, comment, there you go. I love the comments coming in. I've been loving the love for Black and White Banter. It gets across all socials. I'll see you on what will be the next match vlog in a couple of weeks. Well, probably be going down to Wolves, let's face it. Oh no, Crystal Palace next at home, and then Wolves after that. So I'll see you for the next one, but there'll be lots of videos coming. There's always things to talk about with Newcastle United. Onwards and upwards, we're still unbeaten. Eddie Howe's mags are flying at the moment, and there's plenty of reasons to be positive. How are you?